Hello everyone, AVAM here, and we're back with another episode of Dragon's Dogma. When we left off, we had just transported the Hydra head to Grand Soren, but right now, we're about to hit Bitterblack Isle. This was released with the DLC Dark Arisen, and it is a much more difficult area, good for testing the skills of any Arisen, but also has a lot of good rewards. So, let's make our way there, shall we? Let's drop off what we've picked up, because we need to pick up new things to prepare us for Bitterblack Isle. What you want to have with you?
We can safeguard your belongings. It is our prayer.
Yes, he lets us know that we can manage store items here, all of these things that are important to us. What you want to do right now is always keep your weight down. Now, if you build a character that's heavier, you can certainly you can carry more weight. So that might be something to think about too when you do a build. It's what do you want to be, a tank? It's all put into the creation of your character as well, which is a very cool thing. So there are certain items you want to have to make Bitterblack Isle a little easier. And luckily, with all the time I've put into this, I have the items at my disposal. So we want things such as greatly restores 1 health. So we want about 5 of these to take with us. So that when you use Liquid Vim, your stamina does not go down at all for a period of time. So you want some of that. And any of the things we talked about, the things that Celine makes when you give her the herbs. The importance of those is they're the only curatives that work on an entire group. That's why they're important. So, we have that, the Liquid Vim. Here. I want to make sure, I want to take blast arrows. I'm going to take them with me now, even though I think there's a different way, and we'll look into that. I want to take the blast arrows, and you want to take Conqueror's Periapt right there. And you want to take about 12 of those with you. No, I'll take 16. Take 20. Let's take 20. So 20 Conqueror's Periapts, blast arrows, Liquid Vim are things that are going to make Bitterblack Isle a lot easier. You also want to have strong weapons. Hopefully most of them have been Dragon Forged. Strong armor. Hopefully also at least red Dragon Forged, because you can silver and gold Dragon Forge once you get to Bitterblack Isle, and I will show you that because I do have a weapon that I want to see if I can do that with. So we have this. We have a lot of money. And because of how I do things, I want to we can't buy anything yet until we do what we have to do at the Pawn Guild, so we're going to take care of that first.
State your business. All right.
All right. So you have to finish this Pawn Guild quest to move on. And again, we'll get more into it in the 0 to 200 run, but these are some very cool things you're going to see anyway.
Arisen. This pawn is called Barnaby. The guild serve the Everfall, but for now.
All right, so when we finished the game last time,
things as necessity demands here at the Pawn Guild.
Let's see if just talking to him allows things to open up, or if we actually have to go into the Everfall. Because to make Bitterblack Isle successful, you actually have to have a good playthrough.
I tell you're the
Okay,
Take all the
so
time
there we
out.
go. All you have to do is talk to him, so we will get into the other area of the Pawn Guild mission when we do the 0 to 200 playthrough.
Do come again.
All right, so now that that's been taken care of, we can certainly move our way to Bitterblack Isle. So we're gonna go right to Cassius. To make Bitterblack Isle a area you can travel to, you need to go to Cassius first. Bitterblack Isle is denoted by the purple ring on the map. Yes. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Sweet Donuts. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I was watching the game, missed the chat there for a second. But yes, I would have... I picked the items that I feel you should take to Bitterblack Isle. I would say do at least one playthrough of the vanilla game before even attempting to take on Bitterblack. Because you want to have Dragon-forged items. You want to have Dragon-forged armor. You're going to need them, because wait till you see what's ahead of us. So right now, we have to wait until dark to get there, but we will meet who we need to meet right at the end of the dock here. Mr. Sweet, what level's your character at right now? Because you want to be prepared for this. We're not going to take this quest either. Remember, we're going to do a 0 to 200 level run pretty soon.
Please, cousin.
We're going to do Bitterblack. It's going to take a couple days to get through it, because I'm going to show you how to take down Death. I'm going to show you how to take down Damien. I'm going to show you how to take down all of the things and find the best armor. Okay, at 45, I wouldn't go to Bitterblack until, honestly, at least 50 or 75. And the items that I took with you, I'll show you in a moment.
What can I do you for?
All right, so we want to rest. We want to wait until nightfall, because that's how you get to Bitterblack. So let's wait and have a little rest here real quick. Nobody borrows my pawn anymore. If you're playing, borrow Dark Bunny if you can. She's a strong... In this playthrough, she's a very strong mage.
So many beds.
So I would wait until you're at least level 50. But the items that are going to be very successful... Have you... and you have no Dragon-forged armor or anything? Okay, so... I always play as an assassin. I have played all my characters... most of my 600 hours have been played as an assassin. I love... So that's what I am now, is I'm an assassin with a lot of good gear. Most of the things that I have, actually all of my armor and weapons, are from Bitterblack Isle. So there we go. So now that we got to this point, it gives you a cutscene that shows somebody mysterious at the end of the dock. Go take a look and see who it is. So go out into the game, and there are the lesser dragons out in the game. They have a chance to dragon forge things, unlike Grigori, which automatically dragon forges everything that you have. There are chances when you fight the lesser dragons to also get things dragon forged. If you don't want to do another complete playthrough, you can do some farming over and over again. You definitely want your weapons dragon forged. You definitely want as much of your armor dragon forged as you can before taking on Bitterblack Isle, because I'm going to show you what else you can do when you get there. Let's talk to this person real quick.
You can see me.
Yes, I can.
Then you are
one known to the dragon, bound within the eternal ring.
If you say so.
I have dire need of the Arisen's strength. Please, sir, will you lend me your aid? You have
got
my
it.
eternal thanks. You speak
Thank you.
now to a shadow of sorts. My flesh resides elsewhere. I would take you there now if it...
Yes, we're going to Bitterblack Isle. Aura takes us to Bitterblack Isle. When we get to Bitterblack Isle, there's another quest board. There's a lot of good quests. A lot of money
I
to be
ask you,
made.
is that the fate you've chosen of your own will?
Dark Arisen.
You are Arisen.
The best advice I can give to anyone playing through this game, you can min-max a character. I've done runs where I've tried as a warrior, and then I've switched when the stamina and health lower after certain levels, and switched to another character to try and make the most health and most stamina. That's not necessary, because this game lets you play however you want to. So I always start off as a Strider, and my first playthroughs were Strider and then Assassin when I figured out I could switch to Assassin, and I just love them. So that's what I've stuck with. I mean, I've messed around with a whole bunch of others, but really, the Strider and Assassin are my style. It's all personal, but my biggest advice to anyone, let me show you some good things to work for. Let's get through this, and then I'll give this little I'll give you a quick tutorial here, since we are in Bitterblack. These will be good things to start yourself off with until you gain some of the armors that you get here that I have on now. Yeah, we don't need any of this.
All I know is that
All right.
was called here.
Give me a second to get through this, and then I'll show you what I had.
And called to you for help. I knew somehow, as by instinct.
Aura's a little long-winded, so... But I'll open up my collection of inventory, and I'll show you the things that I use on an Assassin or a Strider, and they should help you because they're pretty strong. A lot of it can be found in the vanilla game. Well, all of it can be found in the vanilla game, and you have to... we'll go through it. When we do the 0 to 200 run, I hope you join me, because I'm going to start this character brand new from 0 and work all the way back up to everything we have on now. That's going to mean taking out the Dragon. That's going to be working through a lot of things to get back to this from absolutely nothing. So hopefully you can join, and it'll give you a little way to go. But let me show you, because I can talk to her.
I am versed in the
yeah, she'll purify things. What I want to do, manage story items, withdraw. So if I'm looking at the equipment here, the things that I use for the longest time, my weapon, I liked to use Ascalon, which I got from fighting the Dragon. It is a holy imbued sword. My bow was always one that I had originally picked up in, it was the Fey Whisper. The Darkening Storm comes from here, but the Fey Whisper was what I picked up in, you get it in the Everfall towards Endgame. Use that as your bow. You buy it in the Chamber of Remorse from Joy. And once you get that Dragon Forged, it's a very, very strong weapon to have. Headgear that I used... I've always used this eye patch that I have on now. But for my shirt, so I had a Gambeson, was my undershirt. I tried this for a time just to see cosmetically, but it was not what I enjoyed. So it was the Gambeson, the Lamellar jacket, which for a while I used the Hunter's jacket, but then it became the Lamellar jacket. For the leggings... it was, and then the Coat of Shadow is what I have. That was another one. It's very similar to the Coat of Oblivion, but the Coat of Oblivion is a little better. So it was the Lamellar jacket that I used. On the arms, it was the Twilight Manichae. legs for the longest time were grizzly greaves. And the leggings that I have on now. And then the cloaks that I used were the direwolf, the feral cape, which it was mostly the direwolf. It's a very fun outfit, and then the rings that I have on. So, you want to have all your armor dragon forged if you're going to Bitterblack, because it will take you out very quickly. You'll see very soon. Even strong weapons don't do a lot, so this doesn't. You don't always get to go in hack and slashy with this one. The Dark Arisen area, you have to spend a lot more time thinking about what you're gonna do. Well, let's open the door, shall we? So this area here, we're now in Bitterblack Isle, and we have a monument of remembrance. Crumbling letters have been etched upon it, but they are indecipherable. Gee, I wonder what that means. Again, as with all areas, there is a lot to find. Taken down by the brine. So, later on, this brine will return me to the surface. Drenched, doesn't hurt you. Later on, we will find a way to drain that. And there are some things down there to look for. You have the Ascalon sword, so that will be useful in Bitterblack. In the very beginning, you will want to have that until you get a better sword with Holy Affinity, and it's the one that I have on. Because, and again, like I said, these are only personal preferences, but things that I've used. The Cursed Light is found in Bitterblack Isle, and it is a stronger Holy Affinity sword. And the bow that I have as well is the Dragon's Ire, which comes from Bitterblack. The one that you're given when you beat the end game is the Dragon's Rancor. It is a bow that looks like this, but it has no enchantment. This one has a permanent fire enchantment, and once you get that Dragon Forged, it is a very strong bow to have. Not as strong as base attack as like Darkening Storm or Fey Whisper, but with the Magic Affinity, it is very, very helpful. So we're getting into the first area right now. The Garden of Ignominy.
Treasure, perhaps?
Heed these words, all who enter this place.
Don't go in there.
Do not think.
Very well.
Just
I'll
set
go
one
at
foot
once.
in front of the other, and by the Maker's love, keep swinging.
So what we're going to want to do right now, make sure you have your lanterns. This is an elite lantern, so I want it, because it is dark in here. We're going to face some very, very mean beasts right off the bat. Debilitations run high, too, in this.
Deflect with your shield and attack!
Their lives all.
Their bite has a wicked venom.
There are... Yes, you can receive and send stuff when you borrow a pawn. Now, always release the pawn. Don't just get rid of it. Release the pawn, and you can send a gift back to that pawn's owner. It's a very useful thing. It's a real good way that players... It brings a community together, really. So in this area, you're going to want to pick up a lot of what you find. And look around for the things that you don't see. Check every nook and cranny when you're in here, because there is a lot of good equipment. Like, see, you break those, there's a door back here. What's in the door? It takes you up above here. There's a chest.
Ugh, debilitated!
From what? Always bring oil with you, too. Don't forget the oil. Giant coin pouch. 10,000 gold. Salubrious brew.
Leave this place. You've still the time to turn back. Still the time to live.
I didn't bring any wake stones with me. Should have.
It seems this place is host only to those with some tie to the worm.
Might want to. There's still time. There's still time. That was the other thing I forgot to bring. You want to bring blast arrows, you want to bring liquid vim, you want to bring Conqueror's Periapt, and you want to bring at least 5 wake stones. It makes you pretty heavy, but now at this point I don't have to pick up a lot. In the beginning, don't bring those things with you until you start opening up Bitterblack Isle and have more of a direct line to the final boss. Then grab what you need, but I'm bringing them with me now.
My hope is that I may rediscover myself
Because
and recall
I'm going
my
to take
true
down
purpose.
death for you guys.
I shall aid you however I can. If there is aught I can.
I want to get rid of this stuff. You want to keep yourself light or average. You don't want to be heavy. So let me make sure I got everything out of the way. Like I've said before, I collect things very much in this game. We're going to give those... No, we're going to keep those and give them to me, and I can fill them with oil for my lantern.
If there is aught I can do.
So let's take the other. I have 103 wake stones. I'm going to have to farm at some point and get some more. See, now I'm heavy, but
If there is aught
if I'm
I
careful,
shall
we can
pray.
make it through, but it will eat away at my stamina quite a bit more than normal. You're going to find another pawn down here that helps you Dragon Forge your weapons past the initial Dragon Forge into Gold Dragon Forge. All right, before we get into this, we're going to take a quick break. And when we return, we're going to take on the rest of Bitterblack Isle. It's going to be a couple-part series, but we're going to start the first part, and hopefully we'll run into death. This is AVAM saying thanks for joining me today. If you enjoy what you see, follow me on Twitch. Check out my YouTube channel at A Voice Among Many. Subscribe there and turn on your notifications. We have new videos coming up all throughout the week. I can't wait for you guys to join me on a 0 to 200 run. From nothing to the great arisen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time we're on.